I bought a £55 pair of River Island jeans and turned them inside out next to a £12 pair from a supermarket shelf. The seams, the fabric weight, the hardware, nearly identical, same shortcuts. 4 times the price, so I did the same test with 9 more brands. 10 of the most popular women's jeans on the UK high street, all turned inside out, ranked from worst to best by one question. What are you actually getting for your money? 3 of these brands are a total waste of money, and you are probably shopping at one of them right now. Supermarket denim, high street favourites, premium brands your friends swear by. A supermarket brand is not the worst on this list, but a brand charging 4 times more is. And the brand at number 1 uses denim so heavy you feel the difference the moment you pick it up off the rail. Almost nobody talks about it. Every brand gets one of 3 ratings. Skip means walk away. Hit or miss means there is value, but only under the right conditions. Worth it means the denim delivered on every measure I tested, starting at the bottom. Number 10. New Look. Skip. I ordered the same pair of New Look jeans in the same size from 3 different stores. 2 fit differently. One was nearly a full size off from the other. Same label, same barcode, same style name, different jeans. That tells you everything you need to know about what is happening inside a New Look factory right now. The denim is thin. The stretch recovery disappears after 2 or 3 trips through the washing machine. Knees sag by the end of the first month. The colour bleeds unevenly, leaving blotchy patches of faded denim in places you did not choose. At £18 to £32, the price tag says mid-range. The construction says fast fashion, cemented hems, overlock seams on every junction, trendier styling on the outside, identical shortcuts on the inside. The maths tell the real story. A £25 pair of New Look jeans replaced every 5 months cost you £60 a year. A £50 pair from a brand higher on this list lasting 3 years costs £17 a year. New Look is not cheap. It just looks that way on the receipt. One honest caveat. If you want a trendy silhouette for one season and treat it as completely disposable, New Look delivers on that specific promise. A seasonal item with a seasonal lifespan, just know that is exactly what you are buying. The brand at number 10 cannot keep its sizing consistent, but the brand at number 9 is consistent, consistently cheap, and it knows it. Number 9, George at Asda. Skip. Picture the scene. You are doing your weekly shop. You push the trolley past the cereal aisle, past the cleaning products, and there on a shelf between the school uniforms and the multi-pack socks is a pair of jeans. £12. Here is what makes George different from every other skip on this list. George does not pretend to be something it is not. £12 for supermarket denim, take it or leave it, and every woman who picks it up knows exactly what she is getting. The problem is not the quality. The problem is the maths. George denim uses lightweight cotton polyester blends. The fabric feels thin the moment you hold it up to the light. Cemented hems, overlock seams, hardware that tarnishes before winter. The waistband loses its tension after a handful of wears, the knees bag out within weeks, and the fabric pills along the inner thighs faster than any other brand on this list. A £12 pair replaced every 4 months costs £36 a year. A £50 pair from a brand higher on this list lasting 3 years costs £17. One honest caveat. For gardening, for decorating, or for a pair you genuinely do not care about, George is fine. It is honest about what it is and what it charges. As your daily jean, the maths work against you. But at least George does not dress up £12 denim in moody lighting and charge you £55 for it. Which brings us to the brand that does exactly that. Number 8, River Island. Skip. George charges £12 and gives you £12 worth of denim. River Island charges £55 and gives you £12 worth of denim. That is the gap this ranking is built on. River Island has the best shop windows on the British High Street. Moody lighting, styled mannequins, curated displays that feel like a magazine editorial, Everything about the experience tells you that you are shopping in a mid-range to premium store. Then, pick up the jeans and turn them inside out. The denim is lightweight, with synthetic blends that would embarrass George at Asda, a brand charging a quarter of the price. The hardware is flimsy. Zips catch within months. The rivets are decorative rather than structural, meaning they sit there looking pretty but do absolutely nothing to reinforce the stress points where jeans actually tear. At £55, River Island charges the same as FatFace and sits within reach of Salt Cornwall. Both of those brands deliver heavy denim with genuine construction. River Island delivers a shop window. That gap between price and quality is the widest on this entire list. No other brand on this ranking misleads you so completely about what you are actually buying. One honest caveat: their coated and wax-finished jeans occasionally use a heavier fabric that holds up better. If you pick up a pair and feel genuine weight in the fabric between your fingers, those specific pairs can be fair value during a 40% off sale. The standard denim range at full price is a different story entirely. 3 skips: one that cannot keep its sizing straight, one that is honest about being cheap, and one that charges premium prices for budget construction. But the next 3 brands earned a hit or miss rating because hidden inside each one is a genuinely good pair of jeans. You just need to know where to look. And the brand at number 1 uses denim so heavy it belongs in a different conversation entirely. Number 7, next, hit or miss. Next is the brand British women trust without thinking about it. Clean stores, consistent sizing, fitting rooms that are not an afterthought. On any Saturday afternoon, the women's denim section is packed because the reputation is earned. Mothers shop there, their daughters shop there. Sometimes they shop there together. That kind of generational trust is rare on the British high street. But there are 2 completely different products hiding on the same shop floor. The standard range at £28 to £40 uses thin denim with basic construction and stretch that wears out within months. It is barely above new look quality, which is a problem when it costs nearly double the price. Then there is the lift, slim and shape line, and the premium denim at £40 to £55. Pick up a pair from each range and hold them side by side. The premium line is heavier, the stretch actually recovers, and the hardware feels like it belongs on a different brand entirely. The weight difference alone tells you everything. Same store, same fitting room, completely different jean. Next runs sales so frequently that the premium line at 25% off becomes competitive with anything on the high street, and their petite, tall, regular and plus ranges are among the most consistent for sizing in UK retail. If your size fits in one next pair, it fits in all of them. That alone is worth something. One honest caveat: at full price on the standard range, you are paying for the next name, not for the denim. At sale price on their premium line, the value equation flips entirely. The trick is knowing which rack you are pulling from. Next hides its best work behind its cheapest line, but the next brand takes that problem and multiplies it by 3. Number 6, Marks & Spencer, hit or miss. Your mother had a pair of M&S jeans, so did your grandmother. For decades, Marks & Spencer denim was the default for British women who wanted reliable quality without thinking about it. You walked in, picked your size, and it lasted. That M&S still exists, but you have to know where to find it. The standard range at £19.50 to £28 has been declining year on year. Lightweight cotton polyester blends, thin fabric, the kind of construction that would have been unthinkable from M&S a decade ago. These are not your mother's jeans anymore. The Sienna and Sophia fit lines at £28 to £35 are solid. Midweight denim, decent stretch recovery, proper belt loops and hardware. Nothing spectacular, nothing offensive. A fair pair of jeans at a fair price. And then there is Autograph. £45 to £60. This is where M&S remembers who it used to be. Pick up a pair and you feel the difference immediately. The denim is heavier, the hardware is branded, and the interior seams are finished in a way the standard range abandoned years ago. The stretch actually recovers overnight instead of slowly surrendering over the course of a week. If someone handed you a pair of autograph jeans and a pair of standard M&S jeans without labels, you would swear they came from different companies, because functionally, they do. Ask any woman who says M&S jeans are not what they used to be which range she bought. 9 times out of 10, it is the standard range. Ask any woman who still swears by M&S which pair she is wearing. It is autograph, same shop floor, completely different product. One honest caveat: read the label inside the waistband before you queue at the till. Those 3 letters, AUT, they are the difference between a jean that lasts 1 year and a jean that lasts 5. The autograph range at full price competes directly with brands much higher on this list. The standard range at any price is yesterday's quality at today's prices. M&S proves that the name above the door tells you nothing. The label inside the waistband tells you everything. But what happens when the most famous name in denim history starts putting its label on a very different product? Number 5. Levi's, hit or miss. In 1985, a man walked into a laundrette, stripped down to his boxer shorts, and put his 501s in the washing machine. That advert did something no jeans commercial has managed before or since. It made an entire generation of British women fall in love with a pair of jeans. If you are over 50, you remember exactly where you were when you first saw it. The 501s your mother bought in 1986 were heavyweight selvage denim from factories that no longer exist. The 501s on the shelf today carry the same name, the same red tab, the same copper rivets. But the denim is thinner, the production has moved, and the stretch blends that dominate the women's range would be unrecognisable to anyone who wore the originals. At £80 to £110 for the standard women's range, you are paying for the most recognised name in denim. Whether you are getting the denim that earned that name depends entirely on which line you choose. The standard 501 and the 311 are mid-weight at best, with stretch recovery that fades within months. But the Levi's premium and made and crafted lines use noticeably heavier fabric with construction that genuinely justifies the price. One honest caveat: the laundrette ad sold you a feeling. The red tab still carries that feeling 40 years later. At full price on the standard range, you are buying the memory, not the denim. On the premium lines during a seasonal sale, the heritage and the quality actually meet. That is rare, and it is worth it when it happens. Levi's built the most famous name in denim history. The next brand did the opposite, and that might be why the jeans are better. If this kind of analysis saves you money, hit subscribe. We break down UK high street brands every single week so you know exactly where your pounds are going. The top 4 brands all earned a worth it rating. Every pair I tested delivered. And number 1 is a brand whose denim is so heavy you feel the difference before you even try them on. Number 4, FatFace, worth it. Nobody brags about wearing FatFace at a dinner party. There are no celebrity campaigns, no influencer partnerships, no viral moments putting it on the front page of anyone's Instagram feed. FatFace just quietly makes good jeans and has been doing it for years without telling anyone. That might be exactly why the quality stays high. When you are not spending money on marketing, you can spend it on the fabric. Pick up a pair of FatFace jeans and the first thing you notice is the weight. Heavier than Next, heavier than M and S standard, heavier than Levi's standard range, and heavier than every skip on this list. The construction backs it up. Riveted stress points, finished interior seams, a waistband that keeps its tension month after month. This is denim that was built to last, not denim that was built to sell. You will not see FatFace jeans in a fashion magazine or on a billboard. You will see them on the school run, at the garden centre, walking the dog on a Sunday morning somewhere in the Cotswolds. And they will look exactly the same after 100 washes as they did on the first wear. At £50 to £70 full price, fair value. During their seasonal sales at £30 to £45, one of the best cost per wear deals on the UK high street. A £40 pair lasting 3 years cost £13 a year. A £12 pair of George replaced 3 times cost £36. One honest caveat: FatFace runs slightly generous in sizing. If you are between sizes, go down, and the styling is deliberately classic. Straight legs, boot cuts, relaxed fits in understated washes. If you want distressed denim or an on-trend wide leg, look elsewhere. This is the jean you reach for every morning without thinking, and it rewards you by fitting exactly the same way it did 6 months ago. FatFace proved that a brand does not need a marketing department to make good denim, but the next brand proves something even more unlikely: that a clothing company born on the Cornish coast, making practical gear for fishing communities, could outperform every fashion brand on the British high street. Number 3. Salt Cornwall, worth it. In 1981, a small company in Penzance started making practical clothing for the people who actually lived and worked on the Cornish coast. Not fashion, function. Waterproofs and layers designed to keep fishermen, farmers and harbour workers warm and dry. 45 years later, that same spirit runs through every pair of sea salt jeans. Function first, everything else second. The denim is organic cotton across most of their range, and that is not a marketing sticker slapped onto the label. You can feel the difference. The fabric has a density and a weight that synthetic blends cannot replicate. The construction matches the fabric. The seams are enclosed, the stitching is dense and even, and the hardware still looks new after months of wear. Everything on these jeans is functional, nothing is decorative. The fit is designed for real bodies at every age. A higher rise that sits comfortably without digging in. Room through the hips without bagging at the knees. A leg shape that sits properly over boots, which is something most high street brands still get wrong for women over 40. And the pockets, front and back, are deep enough to actually hold a phone, which sounds like a small thing until you spend £60 on jeans where everything falls out every time you sit down. At £65 to £85, sea salt sits in the premium bracket, but cost per wear on a pair worn twice a week for 3 years comes out at roughly 50p per wear. A £30 pair from New Look, replaced twice in the same period, costs more per wear than that. One honest caveat: the styling is deliberately understated. Cornish coastal, not London Fashion Week. Natural washes, classic cuts, nothing that screams fashion. If you want an edgy silhouette, this is not your jean. This is the jean you pull on every Saturday morning for a walk along the coast or a trip to the village shop, and forget you're wearing because it fits that well. Sea Salt proved that a small brand from Cornwall can quietly outperform the entire high street on denim quality. But the brand at number 2 proves something equally surprising: that a catalogue company run from a kitchen table could outperform every department store in the country. Number 2, Boden, worth it. Every woman who owns Boden jeans has a story about how she found them. It usually starts with scepticism. £90 for jeans from a catalogue brand seems absurd when M&S autograph is right there at £50. But then the first pair arrives, she pulls them on, and something shifts. The fit is different, the weight of the fabric is different, the way they sit at the waist and fall through the leg is different from anything she has tried on the high street. That is not an accident. Boden sources its premium denim from Turkish and Japanese mills, the same mills that supply designer brands you would find on the top floor of Selfridges. The fabric weight is substantial. The construction competes with brands at double the price, and the fit engineering is designed specifically for women over 35, with a higher waist, longer inseam options, and proportions that reflect how bodies actually change with time rather than pretending they do not. Their size guides are among the best in UK retail, with detailed measurements per style rather than a vague small, medium, large chart. If your size fits in one Boden jean, it translates across the range. That consistency alone is something half the brands on this list cannot match. At £70 to £95 full price, it is premium. At 20% off during their regular promotions, a £70 pair worn twice a week for 4 years costs 17 pence per wear. That is less per wear than George at Asda. Read that number again. The £90 jean is cheaper per wear than the £12 one. One honest caveat: Boden is online first, which means no fitting room. Order your usual size plus one size up, keep what fits, return the rest. Free returns, painless process, but your first order is essentially a fitting room in a cardboard box. And the styling is unapologetically classic British. Smart, casual, colourful, confident. If that matches how you dress, Boden will become the brand you quietly recommend to every friend who asks. Boden proved that an online catalogue brand can outperform every department store on the high street. The brand at number 1 does something none of the other 9 on this list even attempted. Number 1. Mint Velvet. Worth it. Walk into any John Lewis department store, find the Mint Velvet concession, stand near the denim display and just watch. Women pick up the jeans. They feel the weight of the fabric between their fingers. Their expression changes. They hold the jeans away from the rail to look at them properly, then bring them closer again because the fabric has a density they were not expecting. Then they try them on, and then they come back 20 minutes later to buy a second pair. That is not an accident, that is engineering. Mint Velvet denim is the heaviest on this entire list. Not by a small margin. By a margin you can feel the instant you pick it up. The weight that every brand below it on this list could not match. The stretch recovery holds its shape from 7 in the morning to 10 at night and bounces back after every wash, so the jeans you pull on at the start of the day still feel the same at the end of it. That is not marketing language. That is what thousands of reviews consistently describe. Turn them inside out, and the construction tells you everything. Reinforce stress points at every junction where jeans actually fail. Interior seams finished the way you normally only see on designer denim at £200 or more. From the weight of the zip to the tension in the waistband, every detail feels deliberate. This is a brand that decided to engineer jeans rather than just manufacture them. At £79 to £120, Mint Velvet is the most expensive brand on this list by some distance. But a £90 pair worn twice a week for 4 years costs 22 pence per wear. A £55 pair from River Island, bought 4 times over those same 4 years, costs over 50 pence per wear. The expensive jean is less than half the price of the cheap one. One honest caveat: Mint Velvet runs slightly small through the hip because of the structured panels inside. Order your usual size and one size up, keep whichever fits. And this is not a slouchy weekend jean. This is not the pair you throw on without thinking. This is the jean that makes you stand a little taller when you catch yourself in a mirror. The one that makes you check the label to remember what brand it is. The one that turns a simple outfit into something that actually works. A room full of British women over 50 will argue about restaurants, television programmes, and the correct way to roast a Sunday chicken. Bring up Mint Velvet jeans and every one of them either owns a pair or is about to. 10 brands, 3 skips that last 6 months, 3 hit or miss that deliver only if you follow the rules, 4 worth it that will still be in your wardrobe 3 years from now. A £55 pair of River Island jeans and a £12 pair from George at Asda. Same construction on the inside, same shortcuts, same lifespan, £43 apart on the price tag and 0 apart where it counts. The brands at the bottom of this list sell you a shop window. The brands at the top sell you the fabric. Next time you pick up any pair of jeans in any shop on the British High Street, feel the weight of the denim between your fingers before you look at the price tag. If it feels thin, put it back. If it feels like it could stand up on its own, you are probably holding something worth buying. What jeans are you wearing right now? Tell us in the comments what brand they are, how long you have had them, and whether you would buy them again. Your answers shape what I investigate next week. Subscribe so you do not miss it. And if you want to see how I rank 10 of the most popular UK clothing brands from worst to best, that video is on screen right now.